Once new riders get comfortable cycling, they can consider taking their children along. For younger children that cannot cycle on their own, there are different seats, trailers or cargo bikes that make that possible. In this video, we will have a look at the most common ones. The most economic way of transporting a child by bike is a child seat that can be mounted either on the frame or the rack, and there are front and rear seats. The front ones are for younger children, from at least 9 months when they can hold their heads up and straight, to about 3 years old. The frame adapter is smaller than the one for the rear seats and the load capacity is limited to around 15 kilograms. When using a seat like this, make sure the child cannot reach the brakes or the shifters to avoid an accident. According to manufacturers like Thule and Hamax, front child seats are among the safest. However, in some countries like Austria, they are no longer allowed. We have still been able to see some on the streets, but do not recommend doing something that is unlawful. Rear seats are the most common way of taking a child along for a bike ride or during the daily commute. They can be mounted either on the frame or on the rack behind the rider. Both options are safe, and their weight limit is around 20 to 25 kilograms, depending on the model and manufacturer. Most of them have a 3-point locking system, making it hard for the child to remove the straps or fall out of them in case of an unexpected bump or an accident. Rear seats are the only legal ones in Austria, and only one child can be taken along at a time. As there is no common EU law regarding this issue, we recommend you research the national regulation that applies to you before making a purchase. And always wear a helmet together with your child. Trailers are another rather convenient way of commuting with children. They have a higher loading capacity, up to 60 kilograms, and can be used for groceries, dogs, or just anything that fits inside. However, many parents avoid them in cities, as they are less visible by cars, and make the ride slightly more complicated with their size. A driver in a busy intersection, taking a turn behind a bike, can fail to see the trailer attached in the back, and cause an accident. Trailers are built robust, and able to withstand such pressure, but to avoid that, owners add a flag in a bright color positioned higher than the trailer to make it noticeable for drivers with low seats in the cars. Cargo bikes are becoming increasingly popular in Central Europe lately, and some of the best cargo bikes in the world are also coming from the region. Many countries are encouraging the usage by co-financing the purchase by families, organizations, and companies of such bikes, as they can be a reliable replacement for a car for short distances. These bikes turned out to be a lot of fun for the kids too. When the children are seated in the front, they experience the surroundings and traffic in a way that helps them learn and remember the streets, rules, flow of traffic and way home from the park or kindergarten. The boxes where kids are seated are either surrounded by a metal frame or protected in other ways to keep them safe in case of an unwanted event. Cargo bikes used for transporting children are 2- or 3-wheeled bikes. The 2-wheeled ones are in general more stable and faster, while the 3-wheeled bikes can normally take a higher volume or heavier load. Before making a decision to buy one, consider trying it out and seeing which one fits your needs, or speak to a person that owns one. In some cities, you can rent them for free, and ride it for a day to see what the bike is capable of. But, before mounting a child seat to your bike, attaching a trailer or putting your child in a cargo bike, make sure the bike is mechanically in order, the saddle height is okay for you and the tires are well pumped. Familiarize yourself with the shifter and brakes, and test electric bikes on your own first if inexperienced. Check out our other videos on how to do that. Ride carefully, give hand signals and be predictable, adapt to the road and weather conditions to make the ride as safe as possible for you and your child.